What is going on, everyone? To those who thought I'd never do another one of these videos again, I'm doing another one right here. So this one is from a time, actually, when there was a lot of these like meme rappers exploding all over the place. They were kind of like parody rappers. Like 2012 through 2015 is when I'd say they were blown up the most and that they were, getting known the most. There's a few I can think of. There was 3 Pac, Slim Jesus, and Lil B, and like numerous others that were kind of blown up around this time that were kind of known to be like parody rappers or just, rappers that were just out there to be funny, really, not rather than, being taken seriously that much. They're kind of just there to be funny and to make people laugh and stuff, which, you can kind of respect them for, honestly, even if, they were kind of parodies and were kind of intentionally bad. I feel like most of these people were. Their music was made to be like intentionally bad just to make people laugh, that kind of thing. And there was this other one that a lot of people knew, actually, including even in my school back when I was in school. I heard a few different songs from this particular person, but this person goes by the name of Froggy Fresh. And some people might know them as Krispy Kreme from the really early days, but he went by Froggy Fresh afterwards, and I'll explain why that is later on in the video. But before this, the person named Froggy Fresh, or his real name is Tyler Cassidy, was actually struggling to be taken seriously as like a real rap artist, so he kind of started doing these joke songs and everything that kind of blew up, like this one, and there's numerous others like Dunked On, Coolest Guys. I mean, there's just so many great ones out there that you can find. There's Denzel Washington, just so many that are just absolutely golden videos that I have rewatched more times than I'd like to admit. And most of these videos were actually put out around like 2012 to 2013. There's a lot of these videos put out within that time span, and they're just absolutely golden. And I think they were probably like around 13 making these videos from what it looks like, but these kids were absolutely hilarious. And of course that's around how old I was during that time too, so I thought these videos were absolutely hilarious back then and still do. But it was after a lot of these videos were already posted, named Coolest Guys and The Baddest and a few others during this time, Haters Wanna Be Me, and all these ones like that mentioned Froggy Fresh's original name, Krispy Kreme. There's something happened around this time where he actually had to change his name. And this was because the actual Krispy Kreme donut shop or whatever it is actually contacted Froggy Fresh's dad during the time, being like, hey, you got to change your name or otherwise we're going to sue you and all this stuff.
I have to change my rap name? Because Krispy Kreme, the donut factory, called my dad's house, and they said that I have to change my rap name because you can't just copy names like that. So my dad said that I do have to change my rap name, or else that I could get in a lot of trouble.
So it was then at this time he had to decide between, I think it was like 5 different names, and he had eventually chosen the name Froggy Fresh out of the 5 because he had talked to Mike about it actually during the time, and eventually, of course, he chose Froggy Fresh. And after this, he released one of his most popular videos, and this was actually the first one I saw of this kid, and it was named Dunked On.
Then Big Blue looked at me and Mike and he said, why is James crying? 'Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked.
And this video actually got tens of millions of views, which goes to show even through the name change, he still got a lot of views actually and a lot of attention. And the project was still a massive success. Sometimes when you have to change a name, it's the opposite effect. And I believe that this video is also the first video to feature Big Blue and James, which are 2 common antagonists in the whole Froggy Fresh project, because they're actually featured in numerous other songs as well along with this one. They're often wearing these jerseys, I believe, too, when you see them around, in a lot of these music videos, kind of like how Mike's got his Mac Miller shirt in like every video. And there was also a point where Froggy Fresh was on Tosh.0, which got him a lot of attention as well.
Chilling in the kitchen, eating peanut butter jelly with my homeboy Daniel Tosh called me on the celly. He said, hey, Crispy, you're coming out to Kelly. I got some cute girls and there's
And also, this part got deleted out of my video editor because of an editing mistake, but there's one of my favorite lines that Froggy Fresh has ever done, and that is, "I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives."
I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives.
Even if you had infinity knives.
Even if you had infinity knives.
You know he could. I mean, look at this perfect male specimen right here. But later on, Froggy Fresh announced that he was going to be retiring from the Froggy Fresh project around, like, I think it was 2016 or 2017, after he did some live shows and all that, and, you know, released some more songs before that. But eventually he actually wanted to be taken seriously as a music artist a bit more and do something more serious. So he decided to retire this project, and he made a video in regards to this, and also it was for the fact that him and his friends kind of grew apart after a while, after school and everything, because, you know, they did this when they were so young and they went on to do other things in life and all that.
Yo, update video. Here's what's going on in my life, kids. Okay. I have been writing pop tunes and soul tunes for about a year and a half now. 3.5 years ago, I finished the third album for the Froggy Fresh project, which is unreleased. We have those 5 singles released that are out there, which is like Stolen Bikes 3, Zombie in My Basement. What else was there? Good Guy Shoes. It's those 5 singles that don't have an album yet. Well, the album has been done for forever, but I just hadn't released it yet because I was waiting, because, you know, normally we do a video for every song, but we never got to the videos. My little brother went to college. He ran the camera. And everyone kind of grew up and grew out of it. And I kind of just stayed around the area for a couple years and did absolutely nothing and didn't know what to do with my life. So anyways, I've also just lost so much interest in the project. It's just not that much fun for me anymore, and I've kind of outgrown it.
But there was another video uploaded years ago called Still the Baddest that was kind of dedicated to the old days of Froggy Fresh and everything, and kind of, you know, bringing back memories to the good old days of laughing at songs like The Baddest and everything, and Dunked On and all that stuff. Of course, that was a tribute to this later on, which I thought was funny as well. And to be quite honest, with like these types of people, I don't think there'll be much more of these that are that great, honestly, to this level, you know. Like, Slim Jesus was really funny, this dude is funny, 3 Pac was hilarious. Like, I don't think any of these ones will, like, be revived or done in a different form, like, to this level of hilarity much more in YouTube's history, honestly, because I think that era is kind of gone, to be honest, people doing stuff like this. But these ones perfected the art of just being the most hilarious meme rappers of all time, and Froggy Fresh is no exception to that either. Froggy Fresh is hilarious as well in his own way. You know, 3 Pac and Slim Jesus were a lot different, but they were funny in different ways. But Froggy Fresh is absolutely hilarious as well, and definitely deserves to go down in the YouTube Hall of Fame. But that's pretty much all I have for this video. There's a few other people that I was planning on possibly doing meme shelf videos on in the future, but I just had to do this one because I was like, you know, I haven't done a video on this particular one yet, and I've known of this guy for like ever since I was in school. I've kind of forgot about him for a while, but I've come back to him recently and decided to do a video on him because, you know, if I'm going to be doing a video about Slim Jesus or 3 Pac, then I'm going to do a video on this guy. So, yeah, I will catch you guys later, though. Peace out.